A United States military plane carrying deported Indian migrants is on the way to India. The C-17 aircraft carrying 205 Indian nationals departed from San Antonio, Texas around 3 a.m. IST on Tuesday, that is February 4th. US President Donald Trump won the recent election on plank of cracking down on illegal immigration and has been vigorously pursuing this ever since he took office. Illegal immigrants are being deported by the plane load, including significantly on military planes. The use of military planes for deportation is unusual in the US. It is also very expensive. Recently, Colombia had refused to let a military flight carrying deportees land, with President Gustavo Petro saying he would only accept civilian planes. Why then is the Trump administration persisting with them? How much does one deportation flight on a military plane cost? Let's find out. The US usually carries out deportations on commercial charters that look like regular commercial planes and are operated by US Customs and Immigration Enforcement. While these planes are still ferrying illegal immigrants out, they have received less attention than the huge imposing military C-17s. News agency Reuters has calculated the comparative cost of the two planes. A recent military deportation flight to Guatemala, it said, and I quote, likely cost at least $4,675 per migrant. That is more than 5 times the $853 cost of one-way first-class ticket on American Airlines on the same route. About ICE flights, Reuters said, and I quote, Acting ICE Director Tay Johnson told lawmakers during an April 2023 budget hearing that deportation flights cost $17,000 per flight hour for 135 deportees and typically lasted 5 hours. This would translate to a cost of $630 per person, assuming the charter company and not ICE pays the cost of the return flight. The estimate cost to operate a C-17 military transport aircraft is $28,500 per hour, the same report said. The deportation flight to India is the longest yet. So far, such flights have gone to Guatemala, Peru, Honduras, and Ecuador. A military plane had flown for Colombia too, but the country sent its own planes to bring back the immigrants. So why does Trump want to use military planes for deportation then? Well, it has to do with symbolism. Trump has frequently termed illegal immigrants aliens and criminals who have invaded America. The visuals of immigrants being loaded onto military planes seems to be part of the message that Trump is tough on such crimes. Shackling and handcuffing the immigrants as they are loaded into planes also seems in line with this. Recently speaking to Republican lawmakers, Trump said, and I quote, for the first time in history, we are locating and loading illegal aliens into military aircraft and flying them back to the places from which they came. We are respected again after years of laughing at us like we are stupid people. The visual of migrants being sent back shackled on military planes, however, is a sensitive issue for home countries, especially in Latin America. The presence of the US military can also threaten the notion of national sovereignty in countries like Mexico. President Claudia of Mexico had said, and I quote, they can act within their borders. When it comes to Mexico, we defend our sovereignty and seek out dialogue so as to coordinate. This is a developing story, so stay tuned with the Indian Express.